Because why game at 60 frames a second when you can do 6? It's Road Riot 4-wheel drive for the Super NES. Actually, more like 666. Game's the fucking worst.
Last lap.
Look, I know you're here for Road Riot. For some weird, inexplicable reason, you're here for Road Riot. But, I mean, let's think about me for a second. Put yourself in my shoes. I mean, I'm sitting here, I load up this game, and this shit happens. Just all over my TV, shit everywhere. Where does one even begin to describe something so indescribable? I mean, this is like driving through a black hole, only one that's full of dead puppies and shit. So, Road Riot 4-wheel drive. Holy God. It was originally released to arcades in 1991, made its way to the Super Nintendo a year later, presumably because in a year's time, the human race would have lost all memory of this consumer electronics war crime. It was developed by a studio called Equilibrium, which may or may not have done anything else. I have no idea. Frankly, even if they have, I don't want to know about it. You know, it's like once I flush, I don't care where it goes or what grows on it. So, it works like this. The screen's split in half, because that's awesome, and you race through 11 exotic locations, like Antarctica, Africa, Australia, Akron, Ohio. Wait, what? And since when did Ponyboy live in Akron? Speaking of which, each course has its own host, which, you know, so do viruses. And as you'd no doubt expect, each host is a cultural stereotype, because if everyone's offended, no one can be offended. Well, except Antarctica. Seems like she has enough problems in her life to worry about upsetting others. So the single-player mode just puts you through those races, one by one, against 3 other vehicles. They're yellow, you're red. You should be glad there's even that much of a distinction. Anyway, you play this broken piece of materialized hatred with a D-pad and 2 buttons. One hits the gas, the other fires your gun. Yes, you have a gun. Or more like some kind of cheap laser, whatever. I've never heard a sound effect that generic. I mean, that's one step away from pew, 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 pew. And I'm not even sure the gun does anything. It just looks like a gumball machine with a leak, which isn't even the real problem here. You want to know the problem? Freaking thing was apparently animated by a guy flipping the pages in his notebook to impress a girl in art class. Sorry, dude. She's got an A this semester. You're making Road Riot 4-wheel drive. So your teacher sends home a note. Dear Mr. Your kid's an idiot. Your kid's an idiot. And he spends his time making the worst racing game in the history of the Super Nintendo. Also, he had no idea how to impress girls. There's no music, which is probably a good thing. And there's almost no graphics. I mean, what's there, that barely qualifies. Looks like Microsoft Paint. The gameplay's so slow and so terrible, I can't even believe I won. But I did. I won the game. I got to celebrate with some chick in sunglasses and a bikini. But this game sucks so much I couldn't even enjoy it. I was just stewing at how pissed off this game made me. Hey, thanks to our friend Daniel from Palm Coast, Florida, for sending us this game. Thanks, Dan. It's Road Riot 4WD. Pew pew!
Red win.